Okay, listen, let's start the show. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let me just get
I'm so ready.
You got your bottle ready?
I don't have a bottle.
What the hell do you got?
I have this.
Oh, come on. You don't
This
have
is
any
good.
booze? You have no booze?
It's pina colada.
Oh, give me a f***ing break.
Who says that Friday should be a dry day if you're a regular guy? If I had it my way, who needs the highway? You'll just get a DWI. We can talk about issues and how much we miss you, whether you live near or far. Drink too much bourbon, you won't be disturbed. The man in the blue and white car. It's the iBar.
What the hell is that?
It's a pina colada.
You don't drink pina coladas at the iBar. What
It's
happened?
delicious.
What kind of booze is in it?
Myers rum.
Oh, my God. You're such a... Oh, Jesus Christ, Danny. We're supposed to be drinking this. You know what? What?
You know, I said to Trish that John was going to call me a homosexual.
I'm not going to call you that. It has nothing to do with sexual preference. We're supposed to drink here.
Well,
Pina coladas.
it makes me want to suck cock.
I see. It's too early in the night for that. I'm going to let this one go because we haven't done this in a few weeks.
This is my second one, and I'm getting bombed.
Oh, yeah, you're getting bombed off pina coladas. That's great. Okay, you know what? I didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Did you see the space shuttle today?
No, I didn't see the space shuttle today. Why would I have seen the space shuttle?
Because it was flying overhead.
Where?
It was bolted onto a 747, and I guess they were flying over the World Trade Center and the Statue of Liberty, and then they flew up the Hudson, and the radio was saying, and they're flying up the George Washington Bridge, but they kept going. Wait, I have a picture. You see that black dot in the middle?
It looks like Rodin. I know somebody that also took a picture of the space shuttle. I saw she put a picture of it on her Facebook wall, and it's very clear. Here it is.
My picture's just as good as that.
You know what? It is. Let me light a cigar, and I'm going to tell you what I think of the space shuttle. Hang on. Okay, back to the space shuttle. I have a problem with the whole thing. I have a problem with the whole space program. After a while, it's like, come on, now they're going to Mars. They're going to send a manned mission to Mars. Why? Why are they going to send a manned mission to Mars?
Because in the future, we may need to move from Earth to Mars.
Okay, let me ask you something. If we have to move from Earth to Mars, and it takes a year to get there, and you need all this stuff and billions of dollars to send 3 people, do you think they're going to move the whole planet there? And they keep saying we may have to go to Mars. We aren't going to Mars. You know who's going to go to Mars? The president of Russia, 4 or 5 world leaders, so that they could be safe and they could rule from another planet. And you know why? There's not going to be a nuclear war here while the leaders of this planet are still living here. They're going to wait until they're on Mars. And then all of a sudden they're going to say, you know what? It's just something we have to do. We have to just thin out the herd. And they're going to choose a specific country and zap it. And they'll say it'll be fine in 100 years. And then what they do is they have their little elite, King Henry VIII style family living up there, picking off countries and killing people. Are you kidding? Do you really think that we are going to colonize Mars? Give me a break. It's ridiculous. You're going to go to Mars? Your kids, let me tell you something. If they knew that within 50 years, Earth is just going to be completely depleted of everything. You think they're going to start shipping us off now? Even if they had a way to get us to Mars now, you think we'd start buying tickets to Mars? Like we, call up, Jet Blue, Rocket Blue, Space Shuttle Blue, and go to Mars?
Well,
come on.
If you think of our world, the Earth, as a
that one.
as a hairy ball,
Okay.
covered in bacteria
Yeah.
that are out of control.
Yeah.
They're just growing and growing and infecting and There's
Stop. Now I'm just gonna stop you here because I don't like the description, but I know what you're saying. Here's the problem. You and I are the bacteria. And the world leaders are also bacteria. And they're saying, well, all we're going to do is take a few of the bacteria that we consider elite and put them over there, and the bacteria will spread there, and we'll kill all the bacteria here and think we did a good thing. And then maybe we'll come back when all that bacteria is dead and the world will be ours. Don't think for 1 second all this futuristic stuff that the government is doing is to help the world. It's not. It's absolutely not. Like right now, they got these fallout shelters and these underground cities for world leaders. And when the time comes that there is a nuclear holocaust, should there be one, they're going to scoot all the Hillary Clintons, all the Barack Obamas, all the George Bushes, all the Jimmy Carters, all those that have connections are going to live underground for the next 20 years. And there's going to be 1,000 of them. And the rest of us are just going to die on the street. You're bacteria.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're saying you should be wiped out. And another bacteria that's exactly the same as you should be, just transported to another scrotum. Is that what you're saying? A brand new clean set.
John, what about this prostitution scandal in South America?
In South America? Oh, you're talking the Obama guys, the Secret Service guys?
Right.
No one said this yet. First of all, fill me in. Give me some details.
Well, apparently, one prostitute, I guess she was promised $800.
Yeah.
And the guy gave her like $40 or something. And it could have been a miscommunication of language. Anyway, she was very upset. She called the police. And the police had to file a report, which went to the embassy, which led to this whole scandal.
Right. Okay.
So
that's okay. Now, let's
start with the $800.
Yeah, let's start with the $800. Do you really think it was a miscommunication? No. I think it's some Secret Service agent saying, what the hell are you going to do? I work for the Secret Service. Get out of here, whore. It's just the fact that they're Secret Service agents. They're supposed to be protecting the president. They can't go bringing prostitutes into their room and talking to women that work the streets that have sex with God knows who. And who's to say that they weren't decoys, that they weren't set up to get some personal or private information about presidential security? The entire staff should be fired. Not about any criminality. You know what? There is no criminality because they were in a place where it's legal. That has nothing to do with it. If you got a security staff that protects the President of the United States and they decide to go out and party with hookers and then do something to the point that leads to the hookers calling the police, one would have to say, you know what? We're going to have to let you go. You're done here. I mean, there's no other workaround.
I don't want to keep harping on this, but this was in Colombia.
And you're going to say it was legal?
No, I'm going to say $800 for hookers, probably $10,000.
Okay, let's say it was 47 cents.
47 cents.
Let's say it was a great deal where the Secret Service guy said, you can't afford not to do it. Then still, you can't do it. This isn't Crazy Eddie.
His prices are insane!
Elsewhere in the news, an Idaho man was arrested for forcing another man at gunpoint to do the moonwalk.
It all goes back to the space program.
You see how it's all tied together?
It's all tied to NASA and the shuttle. And what they charge him with?
Breaking the law of gravity.
I read about that. Get that off the camera. I don't want to see a pina colada for the rest of the night. Elsewhere in the news. I got one for you.
Okay.
A woman was arrested for faking leukemia. And the reason why she faked leukemia was to get people to feel sorry for her so she could have her dream wedding. She apparently went to a local news station and told them that her last request, her dying wish, was to have her dream wedding. And they thought it was such a touching story, and it wound up being a national story. Her fiance saw this on the news. That's how we found out. He had no idea that she was cooking up this scheme. You know, he obviously broke up with her, as anybody would. I don't know what she said to him when he confronted her.
But she said, "Will you marry me?"
And you know, they had to cancel their honeymoon plans. You know where they were going?
No.
Tropic of Cancer. I was in Harlem last night. You know, I play at this club in the city, the Jazz Club Showman's famous jazz club. It's a great place. And at the end of every night, as a tradition, I always stop by White Castle. We know this. And White Castle is fantastic at 2:30 in the morning. There's some hard cases hanging out there in the middle of the night. Last night, I walk into White Castle, and I see a bunch of people, about a dozen people, just standing around, laughing, while this guy is just preaching. And I realize it's a celebrity, a well-known celebrity. And he was just standing there waiting in line to get White Castle, and he was just talking and talking and talking. It was Saturday Night Live's Tracy Morgan. Remember Tracy Morgan?
Sure. Well, 30 Rock. He's on 30 Rock.
He's on 30 Rock, and he's great in it. So I got some grainy footage, but good footage. He's not a big fan of Obama. You want to see it?
I'd love to see it.
Okay, so this is Tracy Morgan standing in line at White Castle, spewing, making perfect sense. He's my new hero. Let's roll it.
I ain't fucking with Barack. He a motherfucking man just like me. That's why I don't go to church, man. I ain't giving that nigga nothing. I'm motherfucking driving a Rolls Royce and I'm fucked up. Because my wife want me to go. They got a pimp. They got no game when I see one. Most motherfucking men go to church. It's easy to get the woman there. And then she gonna bring your ass there. Because if you don't go, she giving you hell. All women want everything from one man. You got to be her father. You got to be her therapist. You got to be her girl. You got to be everything. But all men want one thing from every woman. Pussy. Sit. I mean no money. Keep going. Oh shit. Don't stop. All women are emotional. They're emotional creatures, man. They could think of something and get emotional about it. And wake up in the morning and she got a fucking attitude. And you just wondering what the fuck you did. Yeah, I'll hit my phone. I mean, hey, man, I went to the strip club last night. What the fuck you mean? Are you okay? She had a dream. I had a fucking dream. The dream, she emotional about it. Now you gotta deal with it. Now you can't live with them and you can't break their fucking neck. Now you gotta understand who you're dealing with. Let me tell you something. One man will ruin a whole army of women. She's a whole army. One relationship will ruin a whole army, and that one relationship could be with her father. Daddy wasn't there, so now she gonna be fucking everybody. No, it's a question of morality. Motherfuckers still don't confront the fact that they dealing in sin, because she's attracted to sin. Don't know little girls grow up and be like, I want to be like Kim Kardashian. You're famous because Ray J f***ed you in the ass. Where's Superhead money? She's off the whole...
Stop right there before you watch the other part. Right as he was talking about Kim Kardashian, he started getting this whole thing about all the guys she off. And Jerry Weldon called right in the middle of it, and it turned off the camera. And I was like, oh, shit. So I'm fumbling around now trying to get back to the camera, but I didn't want him to see me, so I'm doing it under my arm. So I lost a minute of it. I caught the tail end of it. Watch part 2.
Where the f*** is Dylon? Oh, my God. God of this shit. It's a question of morals, man. That boy destroyed a lot of lives, man. Young people, man, they exploiting the shit out of here with them fucking talent shows. How the fuck you want a talent show? How you gonna get to the top starting at the top, motherfucker? You're already on TV.
You ain't gonna hide in that.
In order to get to the top, nigga, you gotta dig a hole, man. When you plant a fucking plant, the first thing you do is dig a hole. Even before you put the seeds in. Gotta dig a hole. Then it take the rain and the sun. Mary J. Blige talking about every day it rains. No, I wish young motherfuckers buy that shit. Every day it can't rain. I'm 43 years old. I ain't going to get no pussy in the project. Yo, I holler. Yo, let me get home. I holler. Peace. Y'all be good, man.
He was great. He was so much fun. He wasn't drunk or anything. He was just hanging around. It was great. It was really great to see. I never thought he was funny as a comedian, but I never saw him as a guy. I never liked him on Saturday Night Live. I think he's a riot on 30 Rock. And he just was killing at White Castle. I should send it to White Castle.
A lot of people out there are going to say, well, Tracy Morgan on the iBar.
Yeah.
How are you going to top that?
I have an idea, and I think you're thinking what I'm thinking.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Let's do it.
Trish? Could you bring falafel over here? What do you want to sing? On top of Old Smoky? Okay. On top of old covered with, I lost my poor. When somebody, I looked in the, and under the, and then my poor. Yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Big finish.
Big finish.
Okay.
All right, it's time for Dan's famous 2-minute portrait. This week's request is coming from me, if you really want to know. And the reason why is because of the White Castle Tracy Morgan thing, falafel, we're putting it all together. And this week's viewer request coming from me, it's falafel, eating White Castle, having a hell of a time at 2 a.m. You ready? On your mark? Get
Ready,
set. Go. I see the cat eyes. Very good, very good. Ah, there's an ear. Wonderful. And it's got a nice smile on her face. That's not like falafel. Falafel is usually a crabby little cuss. But this is an exception. Who would not be happy eating White Castle? I got to tell you something. The crabbiest person in the world eating White Castle is going to be having a great time. By the way, you're at 30 seconds now? Nice, close. Got kind of a Hanna-Barbera look to it so far with those claws. Now, I don't know where you're going with this. I see something there. He's holding the White Castle hamburger. That's great. You are on 50 seconds, by the way. Now, I don't know if falafel normally eats hamburgers. I don't know if you give falafel leftovers here and there. But next time I go to White Castle, maybe I'll buy some for falafel. You are at 1 minute. You got 1 minute left. Remember, this is the 2-minute portrait. And whatever happens in 2 minutes, that is it. That's a big hamburger for a little cat. But falafel... I like this. I don't see any whiskers yet, or those little nubs around the snout, around the puss. That's great. You get an extra 10 seconds for that. Oh, yeah. That's right, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, we are at about 1.5 minutes, and you know what? The sky's not the limit, but you're going to get an extra 30 seconds for this. That's great. With the feet. That's a hell of a job. Now, I expect to see a nice tail kind of squirting out the bottom. And, sometimes, I'm not trying to be crass or anything, but I would expect the cat to be anatomically correct. So, all that taken into account, you have 20 seconds to give this cat a gender and make our audience get the full effect of what falafel's all about. Are you ready? Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sign it. Give it a signature. And that is falafel. Eating White Castle at 2 a.m. on Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard. You've done it again, Dan. Thank you. Well, that was one hell of a piece of artwork.
And one hell of an iBar.
I'm ready to put the cap on the bottle. And until next week, get that off the screen. I don't ever want to see a pina colada on this show again. We'll see you next time, folks.
Bye.
Okay, so when you fell off the chair, you must have disconnected your mic. I don't have the sound effect. So do me a favor, just fall off the chair as if you're holding the cat so I can take that sound and I can drop it in. So the song just ends, you're holding the cat. Remember the cat's kind of scratching you? All right? And then you fell towards the bedroom. Right. Okay, you ready? Just anytime you're ready, just fall off the chair. I want the chair to fall too. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, that was good. Okay, we need to try it one more time. All right, this time I want to hear your body hit the floor first and then the chair. They kind of both happen at the same time, so I want the separate sounds. So you're like clunk, crash, okay? We'll get the soda. All right, you ready? So meow, 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 meow. Okay, get up. The problem is that the chair is louder than the body slam. So I need to have more body and less chair. If that means the chair has to fall on top of you, that's okay. It'll kind of like, so body, chair, and then the chair kind of like fall a little bit. So it'll be like an aftershock with the chair almost, okay? Can we try that?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you're holding the cat. Okay, ready? Meow, 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 meow. Are you sure that's the chair you used? You got a metal folding chair? Can we try it with that? Can we try with a... You got a metal folding chair?
I can't keep doing this to my downstairs neighbor. I don't have a metal chair. How about this? Ready?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing Foley now. Ready?
Yeah. Cut! It's a wrap! Oh. That was perfect. Get a good night's sleep. You earned it.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.